We love it here.
When can we go back?
Welcome back to Lake George this week, your go-to guide for everything happening in and around the Lake George area. I'm your host, Jim Mullen. Happy New Year to all my amazing listeners. So how are those New Year's resolutions doing? Still holding strong, or have they gone out the window like a snowball in a January thaw? Here's a fun fact. 80% of New Year's resolutions are broken by February. So if you're still on track, you're in the top 20%. Let's dive into another great episode filled with community, fun, and as always, a little humor to brighten up your week.
Hey! It's time for the local spotlight.
This week's local business spot is shining brightly on the Barber Parlor. Now listen, folks, there's no denying it. Every time I sit in Jamie's chair, I walk out of there looking better, feeling better, and somehow more ready to take on the world. Seriously, my reflection in the mirror keeps improving. I think Jamie might be some kind of wizard, or at least she's got some special sauce that makes me podcast ready every week. If you haven't been to the Barber Parlor, you're missing out on Lake George's premier haircut experience. Use the Booksy app to make an appointment, see what all the buzz is about, and trust me, you'll leave there sharper than a pair of scissors. Tell her Jim sent you.
And now, the local spotlight.
Okay, this week on the local spotlight, we're starting off in Lights at Lake George. Lights at Lake George, and that's running until March 2nd at the Charles R. Wood Park, 17 Elizabeth Little Boulevard, Lake George. And that is the Village of Lake George will host inaugural lights on the lake November through, like I said, March 2nd. Surround yourself with festive lights. The lights on the lake will be open 4 to 9 p.m., special holiday hours. The lights display will be located through the Village at Charles R. Wood Park, Fort William Henry, Beach Road, and Shepherd's Park. In addition, so you can still have time to check out all the lights there in all the parks around the Lake George area, and you go check them out. And it's going to be a great time. Check it out before they're gone. The next thing we got going on in Lake George is right over there, and it's Lake George's first ice skating rink. Okay, now they built this ice skating rink right in the parking lot of Fort William Henry, and it's sponsored by the Village of Lake George and the town of Lake George, and it's free ice skating Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Thursdays and Fridays 4 to 8, Saturdays is 12 to 8, and Sundays is 12 to 6. Free ice skating. Bring your own skates. If you don't have skates, they're renting skates for $5 a pair. That's $250 a skate. It's not too bad. Free admission, family friendly, and having a lot of fun. And that's going on also until March 2nd. So you get out there and get some free ice skating, and right there in the middle of the parking lot, right by Fort William Henry, looks like a little hockey rink right there in the parking lot.
It's Tool Time with Jim.
Welcome to Tool Time with Jim. This week I'm showcasing a game changer for anyone tired of the same old Zoom meetings. Say hello to GoBrunch, the customizable interactive alternative that's taking virtual meetings by storm. With GoBrunch, you can create a virtual meeting space that feels less like a corporate dungeon and more like a cozy coffee shop, a lively classroom, or depending on your vibe. Customize your layout, add your personal flair, and finally make an online meeting something that people don't dread. If you've got a team, a class, or even just a book club that could use a little pizzazz, give GoBrunch a try. I promise. It'll make you the coolest host on the block. Check it out and let me know how it transforms your next meeting.
And now, local music news.
Okay, we got some local music news today. Live music series featuring Natalie Santini. Natalie Santini, that's at the Adirondack Winery and Queensberry Tasting Room on 395 Big Bay Road. That's Saturday, January 11th, 4 to 7. Natalie is bringing soft and powerful vocals with her acoustic guitar stylings. Hailing from Buffalo, she moved to upstate New York. She worked for the Parks Department and found herself loving the area's music scene in the past 3 years. Check her out. She's going to be good. She had a full-length interview on WEXT radio website. Natalie plays a variety of rock, folk, soul, and some pop songs. Yeah, check it out. Each week they feature some local artists. My sons both play there every once in a while. Check it out, the Adirondack Winery. The next thing we got in the music scene is, of course, my favorite place, the Strand Theater. The Strand Theater, Hudson Falls, the Broken Clovers with Faith Ann, a special guest, Faith Ann. The Broken Clovers is a dynamic four-piece rock band, and they'll be performing the best rock classics from the 90s and the 2000s. And special guest Faith Ann will also be gracing the stage. Don't miss out. $15 general admission. Tickets are available at the Strand box office. Doors in the lobby open up at 6:30, and this is Friday, January 10th from 8 to 9:30 at the Strand, 210 Main Street in Hudson Falls. There's a phone number, 518-832-3484. Again, 518-832-3484. That's 210 Main Street in Hudson Falls. Check it out. You can check out their website, mystrandtheater.org. Also at the Strand in Hudson Falls is Back in Black, the AC/DC tribute band. And that's Saturday, January 11th at 8 p.m. You want a true AC/DC experience armed with the impressive song list of AC/DC. Back in Black has been touring the United States and entertaining audiences since 1990. Okay, they'll transport you back in time to relive the iconic hits of the legendary rock band AC/DC. Expect an explosive show, headbanging anthems, electrifying guitar solos. Going to be an epic night. Okay, the tickets are $25 for balcony, $30 for the lower level. You can get it at the Strand box office, cash only, or online at Everbright. For more information, Everbright ticketing link, please go to mystrandtheater.org. The doors open to the coffee shop around 6:30. And the Strand, again, is at 210 Main Street, Hudson Falls. I gave you the phone number already, 518-832-3484. Again, 518-832-3484. That's the Strand. Then that's the AC/DC tribute band, Back in Black.
And now for something completely different.
This weekend, the Adirondack Thunder has a trifecta. They're playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday, they're playing at 7 p.m. And they're playing against the Orlando Solar Bears. Okay, the Orlando Solar Bears. Pretty cool. Come cheer out the Thunder. And Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday's 3 p.m. Sunday's a special. I'll get to that in a second. But Friday night, there's $3 Black Blue specials. Okay. And of course, they always have specials going on. And so I don't know what the Saturday special is, but Sunday, 3 p.m. It's the youth T-shirt giveaway. First 1,000 kids get a T-shirt. Free post-game skate with the Thunder, so you can get on and skate with the Thunder. Special kids design jerseys. Pretty cool. Then you're going to get the home schedule, and that's at 3 o'clock on Saturday, January 12th, down at the Cool and Sharing Arena, and that's at One Civic Center Plaza in Glens Falls. Okay, you can come out and see some great hockey, and Sunday you can actually skate with the Thunder.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Hey, before we wrap up, I have a favor to ask. If you've enjoyed the podcast and love all things Lake George, please share Lake George this week with your family and friends. Sharing is caring, and that's how we're going to get the podcast to grow. Together, we can keep the community connected and inspired. And hey, I'm always looking for sponsors and guests. If you got an upcoming event, activity, or an interesting story about life in Lake George, head over to lakegeorgethisweek.com and reach out. There's a way to send me an email, and let's make that happen. That's it for this week, folks. Thanks for tuning into Lake George this week. Don't forget, the Winter Carnival is just around the corner, and we'll be diving into all the icy, snowy, fun-filled events happening soon. Until next time, stay warm, stay safe, and keep loving Lake George.